Hello, welcome to the weather update. It's 10 o'clock on January 4th, 2022. And yeah, we had sunshine, but this crap quickly rolled in by late in the morning into the noon and afternoon. It's cirrus and all these contrails. You could see it on the satellite. So, no, I didn't get to the pines. It was just too junky of a day. You can see this is the sunset setting here. You can see all just tons of contrails all over the place. And here we are again, another picture. Looking at all those contrails there. It's just disgusting. And one more. It's just all over the place. I know some people call them chemtrails. They're really just condensation trails because we had some upper... I was looking at the models last night after the weather update and seeing the humidity at the altitude. Basically, if you see a lot of high humidity air at altitudes where jets fly in the forecast, then you know this is what you're going to be getting in the sky. And that's exactly what we're dealing with. Looking at the satellite, high-resolution satellite from today, you can see, look at that. There's the snowfall that occurred over there. Look at the cutoff. Very, very sharp cutoff. Look at that. That's incredible. That's a really sharp cutoff. So you can see Delmarva, Virginia, and the southern half of New Jersey. Like somebody just took a like that. You know, it looks like anywhere north of I-195. It seemed like anywhere north of I-195 got no snow. To the south, you could see the snow. Tom's River got some snow, and the increasing accumulations as you head further south. You can see that now. This was taken in the morning before the junk rolled in, but I could see this is what it looked like with this junk right over Pennsylvania. You could actually make out the contrails here in that on the satellite image. You can see it's moving in. Here we are a little later in the morning, and it really did roll in on us. And it doesn't show up too well on this satellite, but yeah, that sky just had that milky look. You know, it wasn't going to be a nice, clear day today, even though we were hoping that it was going to be. That upper level moisture did roll in on us, and that is ahead of a warm front and warmer air moving into the area after quite a chilly day. You can still see that cirrus there. It's just enough to make the sky junky, unfortunately. Now, there's a winter weather advisory into areas north and west, and oddly enough, over Jersey, believe it or not. And that's because we could see some slippery conditions in the morning with a chance of showers, and this cold air may be a little slower to leave. So there may be some slippery conditions with that. Let's look at our current temperatures, and you can see, depending on where you are, South Shore is in the mid-30s, but in the middle of the island, we're starting to see a little radiational cooling. 28 in Carl Place, 27 at Islip. You can see Long Beach is 36. West Hampton is at 18. So we're starting to see that radiational cooling in some of the coldest spots. New York City is in the mid-30s as well, which is where our highs were, I think, for today. And you can see some radiational cooling going on, too. Before these thicker clouds roll in, it's going to get quite cold in these areas, and that's why if we get rain, it might hit the ground and freeze, and that's why there's a winter weather advisory in effect for some areas to our north and west. Looking at our dew point, I'll just throw that in there. Dew point's still very low, so that's going to favor that radiational cooling tonight. Let's look at our highs for the day and our lows. So first we'll start off with the highs, and you can see Islip hit 34 at West Hampton. So pretty much mid-30s across the area, which is a little bit below normal. 34 in Central Park. And let's see, it might have been actually colder in southern New Jersey where that snow fell. Let's see. They had mid-30s too, it looks like. Yeah, mid-30s, 35. We'll look at our lows next. Well, might as well go from here and see what kind of radiation. Oh, yeah, look at that. 14 at Coyle Field. So there you go with that fresh snowpack on the ground and clear skies. Look at that. Oh, look at that. 10 degrees at Ancora Hospital. So there, this is all in the Pine Barrens here, and the southern part of the Pine Barrens where they got, oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. So you can see with that fresh snowpack and light winds, look at this. 3 degrees was reported at Millville. So Millville got down to 3 degrees this morning. Wow, that is really impressive. So they really got some good radiational cooling down there. Very cold night in any open area. Millville is in the Pine Barrens too. We got down to the single digits. I said it was possible, and sure enough, that is exactly what happened in even interior parts of Delmarva. Look at that, teens, and then you got some temperatures get down like to 8 degrees at Bridgeville, 8 degrees at Wood. I think some of these might be record lows. 7 degrees at Kinston. So ideal conditions for radiational cooling. We have that snowpack, but when you don't have the snow, like when we go over Long Island, we probably weren't as cold. Yeah, not nearly as cold here. Nope, we didn't get that radiational cooling. And even north of the city, if we go north and west of the city here, where there wasn't much snow, you see their lows were in the teens. That snowpack really helps cool things off, and we saw that. And we'll have to see if we can get some snow here. We're going to be looking at that as we get into the forecast here. And let's look at the models and see what we have coming our way. The general pattern first, and we'll look at the CONUS view on the GFS, and then we'll get a little more local on the HRRR. Now, the storm is still out of range of some of these short-range models, but that high moves offshore, and we have southwest to south flow, increasing temperatures tomorrow, chance of showers. Weak cold front moves through. Thursday, we should have some sunshine, maybe some clear sky, but we're probably going to have high clouds because we see here's our storm system here forming over the Carolinas. You can see we get brushed by it. It's not really, it's very quick moving too. You can see it really just moves through very quickly. So it doesn't really start getting intense until it moves further away from us. So some of the as far as areas that would get heavier snow, probably, if you look right here on the right-hand corner, probably Nova Scotia and that whole area there could get into some heavy snow. But behind that, cold air comes through. And then after that, we really don't have any more opportunities for snow. We have cold fronts moving through and some really cold air, again, moving into the picture here. Again, if we look at the temperature anomaly chart, we'll show you. So here's tomorrow. We're going above normal tomorrow, but then back closer to normal on Thursday. And Friday, a little bit below normal. And then here we are, cold air behind that storm system for Saturday, below normal. And then we go above normal again for Sunday, and then more cold air for Monday and Tuesday, especially next week. So let's take a closer look at now at some of the, actually, I want to go to, let's just change those regions here to eastern U.S. So let's go and look at this storm. Well, first, let's get to the short range first. I'll go to the HRRR, and we'll go look at our local short range here on the HRRR. So 0Z, and then we'll talk a little more about that storm, which I know I'm excited about. So we're dry tonight, but we have a chance of showers. And you can see it might start off as a light freezing rain. And it seems like the showers generally blossom east of the area, so probably don't expect too much precipitation, and it should be done with by the afternoon, though if you're on the east end, it might linger a little bit, but it should definitely be over by the evening, drying out for Thursday, and this is as much as we have of the HRRR to take us to the storm on Friday, so that's why we can't really rely on it too much. Let's go look at the temperatures. Well, actually, let me go to the dew point map first to show you where because this is important to show you where the wind direction, where the air is coming from. So the winds, see the winds go more southwest tomorrow, so that's why it's going to be warmer. And then once that front passes, the winds go more westerly and northwesterly, or it's just, northwest. It's more of a westerly flow on Thursday, but you could see that's a westerly flow. It's going to be a colder air flow either way. So let's go to the temperatures here. They're not as cold as what we had today, the past 2 days. So here's tomorrow, and you can see that warmer air surging into the area. We could be close to 50 degrees, depending on where you are. The way the snowpack is, it might help keep things a little cooler. So it might be cooler in southern New Jersey than Long Island for highs because of that. And then the colder air works into the area. And on Thursday, our highs are only in the mid and upper 30s. All right. But as far as the skies go, we'd have to go and look at something that the HRRR does not have a sky mon. Let's go to the RGEM. This is the 00 gem, which I don't have enough in. So let's go to the 18Z. Obviously, plenty of clouds for tomorrow. Clouds come in overnight, and the clouds will linger. And then we try to clear it out on Thursday, but you can see what happens. That southwesterly flow aloft may keep some cirrus around. But we may have some breaks of clear sky. I mean, we did get the sun out today, but it was just a junky-looking sky. So we'll have sunshine on Thursday. That I'm pretty sure of. Whether it'll be a clear blue sky or milky and full of contrails, well, it's a little far off for me to tell just yet. But either way, after that, then the storm moves in, and you can see the shape of the storm right here on here, and then the cold air will come in behind it. Let's go look at what the RGEM has for this storm. So this is the RGEM model, which is a Canadian, generally. So this is what the RGEM has, and it has, moving along there, it actually has a pretty intense storm, and it takes the pretty good path to give us a good snowfall with that path there, and it really bombs out in time to give us a good snowfall. So if we look at this model's interpretation, we could see, though it turned it down a little bit, we could see 4 to 6 inches, which is definitely a first substantial snowfall of the season. Obviously quite late, but at least it's something. However, like I said, there's not all, the model's generally still kind of all over the place and still. So let's go look at the NAM 12. That'll be the next one we will look at here for this storm. And the NAM 12 is weaker and further south. It's a much weaker storm further south. Gives us a period of light snow Friday morning, and then it moves away. And with this scenario, that doesn't look very impressive at all. Let's see what it has for total snowfall. Nothing. Oh, no, wait a minute. That's the... No, I want the 18Z. What was it doing? I guess it went back to the arc. So this is the 50. You can see, though, it's not that impressive with the snowfall amounts. Only a few inches, according to the NAM. And that's all we would see with that offshore weaker track. The Canadian is more amplified with that. Let's go to the NAM 3. And we'll use the NAM 3, and because it seems like the NAM 3 we have further along here. You can see it just doesn't really give us a whole lot. Let's look at, it gives us a couple of inches, which is something, I guess. But I'll just show you the NAM 3 with the sky, and you can see it's probably not going to be a nice clear sky on Thursday. So we have to wait for this storm to move through and then clean things out. Now, let's go to the GFS. And because this is a little lower resolution, I'm going to take this out a little more to the eastern U.S. view. All right. GFS. Here we go. All right, so here is the GFS. You can see it's kind of mirroring the NAM now, taking the storm further south and weaker. But it could still transition, it could still waver and then come back closer to us. We're still not sure of the track yet. And that's going to determine whether we get a few inches or maybe closer to 8 inches. All right. So let me make this the closer view. I think it's better that way. So you can see it kind of keeps the heavier snow offshore, the GFS and the NAM both do this. So in this rate, if we looked at the total snowfall, it would be another similar scenario to last time, where we wouldn't get we probably would finally see our first accumulating snow, but it would only be 2 or 3 inches, and then the southern part of Jersey and Delmarva would see closer to 6 to 8 inches. All right. Again, this is the variability in the models here that we're dealing with. And we'll have to see exactly how this all pans out, because we're still not sure yet. It's still out of range of some short-range models. It all kind of depends on the track. All right. By the way, get back to the temperatures. Obviously, it'll be cold enough for snow. The cold air in place will have 20s pretty much Friday morning, and through the day Friday, we'll probably have highs only around freezing. All right. And then behind the storm, cold air comes in, temperatures drop into the teens Friday night, Saturday morning, and then Saturday we are only around 30 degrees. But then we see a moderating trend again. The warm air tries to get in for Sunday, but the next cold front fortunately comes through, knocks that down, and things cool down again next Monday into the 20s. And then look at that, some really cold air for Tuesday there with highs only in the 20s, which would be really nice. I guess some really below normal temperatures for once, at least a string in a couple of days below normal temperatures in a row, which, again, is something we haven't had so far this winter at all. As far as skies goes, that's anyone's guess that far out. I can just put this up for a little bit here, because this is Thursday. It has us pretty junked on Thursday. Friday, probably still dealing with the clouds and the storm system, maybe some late clearing. It would be Saturday. That would be our next chance for a sunny day after Thursday. Thursday does not look like... I mean, it might be a sunny day, but it won't be a nice, clear day. It won't be those ugly contrails. I'd rather have the clouds that I was dealing with on my last Edgewood hike, at least the puffy clouds, the cumulus and the stratocumulus, because they're natural looking. Contrails, there's nothing natural about it, so when you're trying to convey a natural place. The contrails completely just ruin it completely. They're canceling a lot of flights. I say not enough flights are getting canceled to have a clear sky. But anyway, let's go look at a couple of other models here as far as the storm. We'll go to the windy.com, which is the European model, and we'll go and we'll look at the European model and see what it's doing for the track of the storm. So here's Thursday, and you can see it looks pretty junky. It's probably going to be a junky day on Thursday. And then here comes the storm system. And it looks like the European also now suppressing it offshore by quite a bit. It looks like it's going with a more suppressed track, which would mean not much snowfall, and then by the afternoon we might have some sunshine. Let's take a look and see what it has for the snow. New snow for the next 3 days. So it looks like it would give the east end maybe 2.3 inches. Our area 1.7. So again, the indications are right now that it's the amounts of snow are coming down. It's not as impressive as it was earlier, but I still think we have a possibility of getting our first snowfall of the season here on Long Island sometime overnight Thursday into Friday, probably much later Thursday night into Friday. We'll have to keep an eye on this storm and see what it does as these models continue to evolve, and maybe it'll go the other way. Maybe it'll continue with this trend. But if for anyone who wants a big snowfall, it's right now not looking that likely that we're going to see a major coastal snowstorm on Long Island for Friday. It'll probably be more of a light snow type of event. So that's going to wrap up this weather update. Take care, and thanks for watching.